The sandwich generation is Gen X, which is sandwiched between baby boomers or empty nesters and Gen Y. It's a powerhouse property generation. So these are people who have bought their own home, they've often paid the mortgage off, and their home has doubled or sometimes tripled in value. So they're very powerful when it comes to the property market, and they're shifting trends. So it's really interesting, not just for city property, but they're now also investing, and they're investing in regional and rural areas and for getaways. The Generation X are still very active at work, they're not yet retired, and work from home has become, since COVID, a very, very popular part of their routine. So I think having homes that embrace working from home, and often 2 people or 3 people could be working from home, is very, very important. The other thing is multi-generational living. Of course, nowadays, once upon a time, people would often have parents move into retirement villages. Nowadays, they tend to stay at home or perhaps move back into home with their kids. So the home today needs to be much more fluid and functional and capable of being a workplace, multi-generational, and of course, an entertainment space as well. The home is not just the space you live in, but it's the surrounds. It's your neighbourhood, it's your community, it's your neighbours and villages. And I think that there's been a return to people wanting to live in and around villages, and so many in Sydney and Melbourne. It's got some of the world's great villages where people can go to. There's alfresco dining, there's local providores, and it just caters to the local community. So it's really just this return to neighbourhood living, which we're seeing is a big trend at the moment. Well, I think multi-generational living means things like granny flats, extensions, different shaped and sized homes are becoming more and more important to accommodate, additional generations, really key. I think the sustainability and the environment is a constant thing on people's radars. People want to be environmentally conscious. They want to build sustainable homes, and homes that are not just sustainable, they're building materials, but ongoing with regard to power conservation. So we sold recently a 3D printed home in Sydney, and we believe it's the first that was ever sold as a finished product. And there was a massive amount of interest, not just in the home, but people that were thinking of using the technology. So I think, sort of prefabricated homes, 3D printing homes, those sort of things are becoming very, very interesting to people. And I think going forward, knowing the cost of construction nowadays has skyrocketed, I think there's going to be a lot of people interested in alternate building options. 3D printing and prefabricated homes are kind of one of the first moves away from traditional building and construction. But to think you can put a machine on your land and you can virtually go around and build a home in 2 or 3 weeks as opposed to 6 months is just an incredible advance. Now, of course, it's very niche at the moment, but as it gets taken up more and becomes more commonplace, this is going to cut down the cost and cut down the time to build, and the quality was as good as any I've seen.